me see. Oh, no, you're not going to do that, are you? As soon as I try to get going, you decide to bail. Okay, so this is the wonderful part of technology. We're just going to automatically, oops, and there we go. We're going to screw you. So these are my nails. These are my old nails. These are more recent. They look a little cleaner because this junk is emptying out and it's making nail, but that's a fake top nail. And it's already gone away. What is that? Is that a thumb? I don't think so. I'm not sure. Is that a thumb? Is that a thumb? Is that a thumb there? Look at this. Look at that compared to that. This is a fake nail that's covering over all this damage here. Let's see. Look at this. How about that? That is that nail right there. That nail right there. This nail right here. Let me see if I can get this up a tad. Okay. Let's see if we can do this now. Look at that nail. Isn't that a beauty? Look at that. About that. That's that nail. You see how big that little finger is? That little fingernail? How much bigger it is than it's supposed to be. And if you just imagine that whole nail coming off, which it has, you see how stretched that cuticle line is up top, how that flubber, all that dead skin on the front of my finger is pushed up right almost to the fingernail, but it's not. That's just an extension out over, it's way in front of the nail bed. It's not attached to anything. And when that nail comes off, this is what you see. Yeah, right, look at that. See? See, you know, I said I thought my nails were pretty good. You know, I was fooling myself. See that big honking nail? It's way too thick. It's the wrong color. You know, everything is wrong, wrong, wrong. You can see how puffy the finger is behind it, how full it's a blivet of dead skin back there, or dead cell. See how wide they are? They're very much wider than nails are supposed to be. You see all that red cast around all the way around. That's never right. And you can see the bubbles of dead cell material up under the skin, past that red. Some of that is just a strapping of dead cuticle around and around, and behind it is just swollen from where it's impacted with dead skin. That may just be dead surface skin there, discolored. It's trying to scale back. And that's just completely bogus, that little fingernail. You see where I peeled all that skin off? That's dead skin, and I'm uncovering that. And then once that nail, that's a fake nail. You can, if the angle was from the front toward the back, you'd see that there's a separation. You see how rough that nail is at the back. It's moved out a little bit. And I'll show you that. You see there? You see how rough that is? When this moves out a little bit, then it becomes obvious. This was probably the back. This was probably right up to here. And now I'm starting to see this nail that I thought was pretty good looking, you know, okay. But see, it was embalmed in skin, you know, up to there. You'll start to see what I'm talking about. Start digging around on your own fingers. All that dead skin I'm taking off the side, And what it's revealing is that cuticle still goes right up underneath the nail. That means that nail is too big. It's overlapping the cuticle. See, that dead skin is peeling off down the side. And this roughness at the back of the nail there, that's where that nail has just moved out a little bit. And it's showing that it's not really right. So if it moves out a little bit more, it might be, depending on how many chunks of nail are stuck together there that all moved out together, they can separate along fault lines because it's a whole stack. It's a pancake stack of nails. So if there's cuticle skin between two sets of nails, then it'll fracture along that line. And just 2 or 3 nails maybe start to move out. And then you'll see that's what's under there. When it moves out from the back, away from the cuticle, you'll go, oh, wait, that jumped way down there, didn't it? And then that's still not anywhere close to revealing you'll think it's the nail bed at first that you're looking at. There'd be a giant void back there. Look at that. Where we go? Look at that. Any of that's starting to look familiar? See, that's all dead skin. And that's junk underneath the skin. It's baggy because the stuff's already started to move out. But you see, I was fooling myself. I could have trimmed that nail. I could have trimmed that nail all the way back to here. Oop, where the front of that nail is probably supposed to be, way back here somewhere. All of this is dead skin. All of that is callus. My real nail bed is all the way back here somewhere. And the nail bed extends under here back to here. When all of this skin is gone, nail will form on this part of the nail bed where it's not forming, because nail does not form until it comes to the air, and that's what makes it firm up. I mean, that's when it firms up. You see that void between the skin and the cuticle in that nail. That's because I've peeled out huge amounts of dead cuticle material that were each one wrapped in like a rubber band. And wherever it tears loose and you get a hold of it with a pair of forceps, you pull it out all the way around. It'll scare you. It'll leave that huge honking void. But that shows you, how wrong everything was. All of that skin on the front of that is dead, flubber, callus. There's nothing right about any of that. And you can just see that the skin is dead. All of this, you'll see people that have that glazed, cracked look to the skin. This is just a huge, conglomeration of dead skin. I could take that flake right there and take the flat of that dull knife and just like scraping tar off of a baby with the backside of a knife. Road tar. I got in road tar when I was a baby. My great grandmother had to scrape it all off of me with the backside of a knife. Hey, that's what I'm doing with this callus stuff. It's just peeling it off manually, analog. Wish there was a digital way to do that. Look at that. What a mess, huh? But that's all junk up under that. See how swollen and bloated that skin is? If that whole nail came off, you'd see that there's a whole bunch more of mess like this, right? That's what was under all. This is not, this is not something. This was under there. This is what these nails were covering. You see how it's pushed down in there? See how the nail is pushed down in there and that cuticle is making a well? That's just layers and layers and layers of dead cuticle. It's going to come out. The nail's not supposed to be sunk down in a dead cuticle like that. And just because it looks like that doesn't mean it's a bit better. You can see there. See? You can look down. Now you'll start to see it. You'll go, oh, wait a minute. That whole nail just moved out 1/16 of an inch. What's that under there? Is that more, is that the nail bed? No, that's a bunch of junk. Like that. What nail is that? See? That's unbelievable, guys. I can't get to focus in here. But you'll see it on the other videos. So you'll think you've got nails when you got something to look like that. You know, something they can charge you to pretty up and paint. Until you break that stuff loose and scale it off, you're not even going to know what's going on. Look at that. You see how the skin was shaping that nail there? I peeled that out. Where that arch is in that nail. That was all full of dead skin. And that's the garbage truck going by. Nothing right about it. Can't get this to do right. That's just like a glue-on nail. And as long as if you got a nail like that, that's big, thick, a little bit discolored, corrugated, you see these lines in it. These lines are being scraped in here by this junk that's impacted up under here. The nail material is still wanting to force its way out wherever it can, whenever it can. It's getting grooved by this coarse stuff that's packed up under the skin here, up under the cuticle. It's traveling out through the body. It's waste, dead cells that want to get out, and you've let your cuticle get glued down to that nail, and nothing's moving. Sometimes it'll channel out under the nail, just a chute full of powdery, white, coarse, dead skin or kind of nail. It's all the same thing. It's skin, dead cells. It's just whatever form it takes. Sometimes it's loose, sometimes it's shiny and thin, sometimes it's thick and discolored, sometimes it's corrugated like that. What can you do, right? You can see what you've got, and then you'll know what you need to do. You can pretty that nail up. You know, you keep that, see how dirty that is? You can keep that nail if you want for the rest of your life. Don't.